Welcome to the Sport Nova Scotia D1 Girls Basketball Provincial Championships.
I'll go down
here. We'd first like to acknowledge that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We would also like to thank our drummers and our Special Olympic athletes for walking in our teams tonight. The Special Olympic athletes are Tammy, Amy, John, Vinola, Amanda, Josh, David E., Jacob, Amy P., Teddy, Madison, Derek, Lori, Sharon, Greg, and Joanna. Now we'll get the teams to come in. So in the 8th seed, representing the Northumberland region, CEC. Representing the Highland region, Riverview High School. Representing the Northumberland region, the 5th seed, North Nova. Also representing the Capital Region, number 2 seed, Halifax River. And in first seed, the Capital Region, Halifax West. And now for your host, the 3rd seed from the Western region, your Horton Provincials! We will now have Isabella Cow and Fisher Cow lead us in Lift Every Voice in recognition of African Heritage Month, followed by O Canada.
Lift every voice and
I'd like to ask Horton assistant coach Grayson Parker to come forward and say a few words on African Heritage Month.
Each year, a provincial network is formed to establish the theme for African Heritage Month in Nova Scotia. This year, I had the pleasure of being the Annapolis Valley representative. This year's theme is Legacy in Action, celebrating Black Nova Scotians. It highlights the living legacy of Black Nova Scotians, honoring the impact and the perseverance of a long-standing community. It highlights the greatness we hold, the paths we lead through our deep connection with our elders, the storytelling, the rhythms of change, and the ability to look back and move forward.
I'm now going to ask School Sport Nova Scotia representative Courtney Sheffield to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Courtney Sheffield. I'm the District Coordinator for School Sport Nova Scotia. On behalf of School Sport Nova Scotia, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2025 Division I Girls Basketball Provincials, and congratulations to all the teams for advancing to this event. Thank you to Horton and the staff and volunteers here at the school for hosting this event. The behind-the-scenes work to make tournaments like these run successfully does not go unnoticed. Congratulations to student athletes for advancing to this provincial event. To the graduating players, enjoy your final senior high basketball tournament and all the best after graduation. Thank you to the coaches, family, and friends for supporting the student athletes through school sport. Your time and dedication to these young adults are appreciated. Thank you to the officials for supporting school sport and keeping the sport safe and running smoothly. Finally, we would like to thank our major partners and recognize their contributions to school sport in Nova Scotia. Presenting partner Eastlink, major partner Nova Scotia Trophy, and official suppliers, Invest Hotels Comfort Inn, our government partners, Nova Scotia Department of Education and Early Childhood Development, and Nova Scotia Department of Communities, Culture, and Heritage. Best of luck to all the teams. Thank you.
Thank you. I now invite Jody McKay, Mayor of Wolfville, to say a few words.
Thank you for having me here today. It's really a true honor to be surrounded by so many amazing female athletes. Basketball is not just about winning games, although that is what you're going to be striving for this weekend, I am sure. But it has taught you integrity, sportsmanship, hard work, determination, and all of those things are going to last after the last buzzer goes. To our seniors, I bet you this weekend is going to be a lot of reminiscing about all of the things you have accomplished over your years. So thank you for your mentorship and your leadership to all those who will come behind you. This weekend, you're not just representing your schools, you're representing your community. We will all be cheering you on, and we can't wait to see what you'll accomplish. So play hard, work with teamwork, and have fun.
Thank you. I now invite Dave Corcoran, the Mayor of the Municipality of Kings, to say a few words.
Thank you and good evening. And I'd like to welcome all the families here to Kings County, and I want to congratulate all the players and coaches that have gotten this far to play in your provincials. It's no easy feat. I know you can tell by the looks of me I never was much of a basketball player, but I have played and or coached in provincials, Atlantic championships, and even one Canadian championship. And I can tell you, later in life, these opportunities will be lasting memories that you will have, and they sometimes can be far and few between. So really enjoy it. I'd like to have a shout out to my friends, the Special Olympians who brought you out today. And I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to pick out one individual. but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one of your coaches here is one of our outstanding Kings County employees, Grayson Parker, who helps keep me in line. So I know right after that you got some great coaches. So I want to wish you all a very good tournament, have lots of fun, and an exciting tournament, and enjoy your stay here in Kings County.
Thank you. I now ask Horton Principal Jody Rutledge to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. O'Malley. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our school and our community. It's a great pleasure to be here for this opening ceremonies. Be patient while I give a couple of more thanks. Some of you have already heard, but I think I should say them again anyway. First of all, to Mr. O'Malley, one of our athletic directors. Mr. Reno, you can't hide over there. Give us a wave. Also want to say thanks to Ms. Sheffield, our SSS coordinator and our former Horton staff member. Just a big thanks to all the volunteers who generally give all their time and energy and skills to make this a positive event for all the athletes here. Players and coaches and fans, please take time to thank all the officials, which were over there. Are they now hiding? Maybe they are. However, their presence is often overlooked and underappreciated, but we all know they're invaluable support for school sport and ensuring education through sport. They're here to hold us accountable and make sure we do what we do. So thank you to them. To all our coaches, thank you again. Each of you have played a role in all these athletes here today, not only on the court, but also in the classroom. Looking up in the stands up here, let's make a big shout out to the parents and guardians. Thank you for all your support. You give these up. There's all the rides, all the money, all the cheering. Your dedication ensures their success. To the players, your dedication is often not appreciated. So congratulations on your successful season, and we appreciate your dedication to this game and all the other sports that you play. So best of luck in your courses for the rest of this year and your endeavors. At all of our events, the final word always goes to the graduates. So if those folks take a step forward or put up your hand or something to, we're all our graduating athletes here. Congratulations nearing the end of your school journey. Best of luck on your next chosen path. And so thank you, everyone. And final word is, let's go Griffins.
Horton head coach Megan McLeod is going to come forward and do a presentation to graduating players.
So just as a small token of our appreciation to all of the grade 12 players, we just have a little carnation for you. So I will call out your first name, starting with Halifax West. We have Ava, Maria, Ali, and Olivia. You want to come? From Riverview, we have Kaylee, Claire, Macy, Gabby, and Danny. From TC, we have Bella and Nadia, and Madeline, Nora, Emma, and Ella. From North Nova, we have Lauren, Sarah, Abby, and Lauren. From Citadel, we have Kelsey, Ryan, Sophia, Gabby, and Freya.
a little short right now. From CPL, we have Sydney, Julia, and Brenton. And then lastly, from Horton, we have Addie Walker.
All right, next up is the Athletes Pledge. So I would ask Horton's Katie Smith to come forward and read the Athletes Pledge in French.
De la part des filles athlètes, lorsque je représente mon école à une compétition interscolastique, je, Katie Smith, promets de faire preuve d'honneur et de dignité à tout temps, de traiter mes frères et sœurs athlètes, les entraîneurs, les arbitres et les spectateurs avec respect, de respecter les jugements et l'intégrité des arbitres, de jouer franc et d'accepter gracieusement la victoire ou la défaite.
Thank you. And if Maria Davignon from Halifax West could step forward, please. She's going to be the Athletes Pledge.
On behalf of all student athletes, when representing my school at an interscholastic competition, I, Maria Davignon, pledge to display honor and dignity at all times, to treat fellow competitors, coaches, officials, and spectators with respect, to respect the judgment and integrity of the officials, and to compete in a spirit of fair play and to graciously accept victory or defeat.
Now, Demetrius Best can come forward from Riverview, and he's going to read the coach's pledge in English.
On behalf of all coaches at the SSNS Championship, I pledge to employ accepted educational methods in coaching, giving all players an opportunity to use and develop initiative, leadership, and judgment, maintain self-control at all times, accepting adverse decisions without public displays of emotion or dissatisfaction with the officials, which I'll do my best at that. Ensure that participation in school sports should be enjoyable and fulfilling, and student athletes will experience competitive educational opportunities at this championship.
And now, if Horton's Megan McLeod could come forward to read the Athletes Pledge in French.
Je promets au nom de tous les entraîneurs présents à ce championnat de sport scolaire Nouvelle-Écosse d'employer des méthodes pédagogiques reconnues dans mon rôle d'entraîneur, fournissant à tous les joueurs la possibilité d'initiative, de leadership et de jugement, et de parfaire leurs aptitudes à ces égards, de faire preuve de maîtrise de soi en tout temps, acceptant les décisions défavorables sans faire montre en public de mes émotions ou d'insatisfaction à l'égard des officiels. De veiller à ce que la participation au sport scolaire soit plaisante et enrichissante et que tous les athlètes étudiants bénéficient de possibilités éducatives compétitives dans le cadre de ce championnat.
Thank you. Okay, just a couple logistics and then we'll be on our way. A couple things for the weekend. The fire exits, if there's an event of a fire, are just upstairs and out in front, probably where you came in. And any of these doors, the red doors you see on the side of the gym. The bathrooms are in the cafeteria on the lower floor, the same floor as the court, and they're just in the back. And a reminder that air horns are not permitted. So that's it for housekeeping. We want to have a positive weekend of basketball. Just a reminder that negative behavior will not be tolerated. We want you to cheer for your team and remain positive with everybody. I now declare the School Sport Nova Scotia D1 Girls Basketball Provincial Championships officially open. Best of luck to all the teams in the championship.
The Wade Thompson Group is a proud sponsor of the Boys and Girls Div 1 Provincial Championships hosted at Horton and at Dalhousie this year. Wade Thompson Group provides personalized investment and total wealth planning that brings your vision to life. Check them out today.
High Powered Customs, aka the people that made these sweaters, are the perfect example of why you don't support local because it feels good, but because they have amazing products, a story worth telling, and are central within our community. The team at High Powered Custom is central within our community and sees so much of their clothing on local sports teams and within local charities. Make sure to go give them a follow so you see their story and reach out if you ever need any kind of merch for your business or organization. And make sure you go support local today.
Welcome to the Sancton Group. Founded by Stanley Norman Sancton in St. John, New Brunswick in 1910, the Sancton Group is a four-generation, family-owned and operated company with divisions operating as Sancton Equipment and Sancton Access. Sancton Access is one of Atlantic Canada's most trusted access contractors who supply, rent, and install scaffolding and other access-related products. We've accomplished exciting and intricate projects for industrial, institutional, and commercial clients throughout Atlantic Canada. Sancton Equipment focuses on the aggregate and paving industry with sales, parts supply, and service for customers throughout Eastern Canada. Above all, on all of our projects and locations, health and safety is our top priority.
The Wade Thompson Group is a proud sponsor of the Boys and Girls Div 1 Provincial Championships hosted at Horton and at Dalhousie this year. Wade Thompson Group provides personalized investment and total wealth planning that brings your vision to life. Check them out today.
High Powered Customs, aka the people that made these sweaters, are the perfect example of why you don't support local because it feels good, but because they have amazing products, a story worth telling, and are central within our community. The team at High Powered Custom is central within our community and sees so much of their clothing on local sports teams and within local charities. Make sure to go give them a follow so that you see their story and reach out if you ever need any kind of merch for your business or organization. And make sure you go support local today.
The Wade Thompson Group is a proud sponsor of the Boys and Girls Div 1 Provincial Championships hosted at Horton and at Dalhousie this year. Wade Thompson Group provides personalized investment and total wealth planning that brings your vision to life. Check them out today.
High Powered Customs, aka the people that made these sweaters, are the perfect example of why you don't support local because it feels good, but because they have amazing products, a story worth telling, and are central within our community. The team at High Powered Custom is central within our community and sees so much of their clothing on local sports teams and within local charities. Make sure to go give them a follow so that you see their story and reach out if you ever need any kind of merch for your business or organization. And make sure you go support local today.
Welcome to the Sancton Group. Founded by Stanley Norman Sancton in St. John, New Brunswick in 1910, the Sancton Group is a four-generation, family-owned and operated company with divisions operating as Sancton Equipment and Sancton Access. Sancton Access is one of Atlantic Canada's most trusted access contractors who supply, rent, and install scaffolding and other access-related products. We've accomplished exciting and intricate projects for industrial, institutional, and commercial clients throughout Atlantic Canada. Sancton Equipment focuses on the aggregate and paving industry with sales, parts supply, and service for customers throughout Eastern Canada. Above all, on all of our projects and locations, health and safety is our top priority.
The Wade Thompson Group is a proud sponsor of the Boys and Girls Div 1 Provincial Championships hosted at Horton and at Dalhousie this year. Wade Thompson Group provides personalized investment and total wealth planning that brings your vision to life. Check them out today.
High Powered Customs, aka the people that made these sweaters, are the perfect example of why you don't support local because it feels good, but because they have amazing products, a story worth telling, and are central within our community. The team at High Powered Custom is central within our community and sees so much of their clothing on local sports teams and within local charities. Make sure to go give them a follow so that you see their story and reach out if you ever need any kind of merch for your business or organization. And make sure you go support local today.
The Wade Thompson Group is a proud sponsor of the Boys and Girls Div 1 Provincial Championships hosted at Horton and at Dalhousie this year. Wade Thompson Group provides personalized investment and total wealth planning that brings your vision to life. Check them out today.
High Powered Customs, aka the people that made these sweaters, are the perfect example of why you don't support local because it feels good, but because they have amazing products, a story worth telling, and are central within our community. The team at High Powered Custom is central within our community and sees so much of their clothing on local sports teams and within local charities. Make sure to go give them a follow so that you see their story and reach out if you ever need any kind of merch for your business or organization. And make sure you go support local today.
Welcome to the Sancton Group. Founded by Stanley Norman Sancton in St. John, New Brunswick in 1910, the Sancton Group is a four-generation, family-owned and operated company with divisions operating as Sancton Equipment and Sancton Access. Sancton Access is one of Atlantic Canada's most trusted access contractors who supply, rent, and install scaffolding and other access-related products. We've accomplished exciting and intricate projects for industrial, institutional, and commercial clients throughout Atlantic Canada. Sancton Equipment focuses on the aggregate and paving industry with sales, parts supply, and service for customers throughout Eastern Canada. Above all, on all of our projects and locations, health and safety is our top priority.
The Wade Thompson Group is a proud sponsor of the Boys and Girls Div 1 Provincial Championships hosted at Horton and at Dalhousie this year. Wade Thompson Group provides personalized investment and total wealth planning that brings your vision to life. Check them out today.
High Powered Customs, aka the people that made these sweaters, are the perfect example of why you don't support local because it feels good, but because they have amazing products, a story worth telling, and are central within our community. The team at High Powered Custom is central within our community and sees so much of their clothing on local sports teams and within local charities. Make sure to go give them a follow so that you see their story and reach out if you ever need any kind of merch for your business or organization.
All right, now for your starting lineups. For the Riverview Ravens, number 8, Kaylee Axworthy. Number 5, Blair McPherson. Number 15, Cameron Dawson. Number 23, Alice McDonald. And number 22, Jaleesa Boudreau-King. And now, for the starting lineup of your Horton Griffins. Number 2, Isabel McDonald. Number 3, Addie. Number 5, Olivia McIntyre. In the number 6 jersey, and number 13, Eva.
And welcome everyone to this game 3 of this day 1 of day 3 tournament for the D1 Girls Basketball Provincial title. You have the number 3rd ranked in this tournament, Horton Griffins, taking on the number 6 seed, Riverview Ravens. Last few games we talked about earlier, Halifax West was able to beat CEC last game that started at 4 o'clock p.m. and Citadel beat North Nova in the first game of this day 1 tournament. Tip won by the Ravens, playing against Horton. They have a very talented roster, this Horton High team. None other by Isabel McDonald, who has been stellar and is already a commit into the AUS conference for the Acadia Axum for the 2026-2027 year. We'll talk a little bit more about Isabel McDonald as we continue on. Ball movement early on from the Ravens just trickled out for Blair McPherson, back up and no for the Ravens. And this time, in this possession, we'll see how the Horton Griffins respond offensively. Led by head coach Megan McLeod, who has a previous record playing at the AUS level. As the ball just too far ahead. Addie Lockhart trying to find a teammate and goes out of bounds for a turnover. And stolen away by the Griffins, trying to soar. They start, that's a foul. Giving a foul to Jaleesa Boudreau-King. First team foul this evening. Olivia McIntyre-King with the first free throw make. And that was picture perfect free throw shooting from McIntyre-King. And perfect 2 for 2 to start for Horton High. You're seeing a full court press, stolen away by O'Brien. And going coast to coast with it, who other? Isabel McDonald. And McDonald almost come up with a steal, a double team, as Boudreaux Kane loses it out of bounds. 4-0 start for the Griffins. The Griffins won the provincial championship this past year, trying to repeat, but they are not considered the favorites when you're dealing with teams like Halifax West and Halifax Grammar. So they sit in that third seed, and they're in home field advantage as they host to this three-day tournament in the Horton High School Gymnasium. The J, no good from Tegan Keaton. And offline for the Ravens. And just missed. Another chance opportunity for this Horton High offense. That's good for McIntyre King, already with 5 points. A 7-0 lead. McDonald. Big body out there for the Ravens. We'll be surprised if she tried to get some post advantage, but no, says I'm going to take the mid-range jumper. And there's McIntyre King racing up the court, trying to add on to the point total, and fouled again by Boudreaux Kane. That is 2 fouls already. That will probably send her to the bench, and you have a trio of substitutions coming in for the Ravens. Kiera Brown, Ava Lunghurst, and Jesselyn McPherson. Just money for McIntyre King from the free throw line. Still flawless from the free throw line. 7 points scored by McIntyre King. They try to feed McDonald into the post. That is a tough layup attempt from McDonald. And blocked. Horton High with a defensive stop on this end. And they're absolutely running on the opposite floor. McIntyre King once more. McIntyre King, have yourself a first quarter. My, oh my. 9 points. And Horton with a huge start offensively. And the Ravens are reeling right now. Still have yet to score a point. Axworthy guarding McIntyre King. That is another foul. 3 team fouls against the Ravens in this first quarter. Horton will take it out of bounds for the inbound pass. Get to McIntyre King, putting on a show. And this first, and there's a foul from behind McDonald. And she'll go to the free throw line for 2, as you can see it on the replay. Good pass inside, miss. Still committed to trying to follow up for the tip in, but goes to the free throw line again. This is the 3rd time Horton has gone to the free throw line tonight. And McDonald. makes the first one. Gets both of them to fall. 6 of 6 this Horton High Griffins team is from the free throw line. Full court press is a lot. Foul picked up by Autumn Kuriluk. Shot, no. Rebounded. Still held scoreless, this Ravens team, with almost 4 minutes passed. And finally taken away by Axworthy. Good pass downside. Chance for the Ravens to score, no. Axworthy almost had it. It still stays with Horton. McIntyre King couldn't get the grips on it. Horton High, after coming up with the 50-50 ball more than a few times, McDonald gets fouled once more. That's 2 free throws. Almost half of their points in the first quarter coming from the free throw line, and the Ravens will have to have to not reach against this Horton High team with experience on their roster. Eight of 8 from the free throw line. Another substitution in for Horton. And a foul called. Julia Akeo into the game for Horton. Good ball move from the Ravens. A good chance to put points on the board. Still no. That's up and in again for Horton. They're up 16. And a foul called and one opportunity for McDonald. And a timeout taken. So with a timeout taken, we'll take that as well. Horton up 19-0 here against the Ravens as they search for answers on offense. We'll step aside and bring it back on the other side of this timeout. They're out of the timeout. 19-0 run for the Horton High Griffins, led by Aaliyah McIntyre-King has got 11 points, and Isabel McDonald looking to cap off the and one opportunity out of the timeout does. This team right now absolutely flawless from the free throw line and have only missed, according to my stat keeping, 2 shots. The Ravens have had plenty of chances. As a result, McIntyre-King with a steal. She's been a hound everywhere. Was trying to feed the inbound pass into Isabel McDonald. McIntyre-King with a great snatch with a steal. McDonald driving to the lane, left-handed, no. Follow, just missed. And stolen away. No, rebound, the miss again for Evie O'Brien. Pass up ahead, too much. McDonald does get fouled by McIntyre-King. And Alice McDonald should go to the free throw line for 2. And this is unfortunately still scoreless quarter for the Ravens. And that was a big block from Alice McDonald, as Julia Akeo had no chance at. You'll see this on the replay. Good discipline defensively, all ball for McDonald. Feed it in. That's the first 2 points for Evie O'Brien. A 22-0 run for Horton High. Been a tough quarter for the Ravens entering into this tournament as the 6th seed. And Horton feeling disrespected by the seeding, making a statement here. The first points still cannot fall. As McDonald lost the handout, it still stays with Horton. Good pass into Akeo. Does lose it, but was tipped by a Raven defender. Cameron Dawson looking to check in for the Ravens at the scorer's table. And misfired by Addie Lockhart, as his shot clock violation did not touch the rim. Lost it. Here's a chance for the first 2 points for the Ravens. Big from Cameron Dawson. Just checked in off the bench to stop this 22-0 run from the Griffins. Good patience. The jumper, no good, but corralled by the Ravens, but touched out of bounds. Pass that open shot, no, too long for Horton. and stolen away. Horton's defense has come to play. They've been stealing every single pass that has come in their vicinity. Top of the key, three-point make from Addie Lockhart. Second made three of the night for Horton. And Lockhart, after making the three, commits a foul. 25-2 the score in the first quarter. Shot open, no, misfired by Carletta Dash. Ball movement from Horton on point. That rattles in home for Autumn Kuriluck. Third made three-pointer as a team. Up 28-2. And a travel committed by this Ravens team. Going against Jesslyn McPherson. Ravens tip it away, gives a teammate an opportunity, but there are Horton defenders right there to clean up the mess. Love the team effort defensively to bring in the double team to get the ball out of Horton's hands. Trying to get the pass inside. Well played. McDonald has not taken a breather in this entire first quarter. Stolen away and picked up by Autumn Kuriluck. Ravens defense creates the turnover. McDonald passes ahead to Lockhart. McDonald trying to get back to it, just too far ahead. As you can see, that previous play from Horton, Megan McLeod not happy. And Megan McLeod, a Wolfville, Nova Scotia native, played for Acadia for 3 seasons back in 2018-2019. Starting off, there's a miss and finish for the Ravens. Now put up their 4th point on the board. The shot is clean for Kuriluck. Can't get that to fire. McDonald gets it to flush in from downtown. McDonald. 12 points for McDonald as McIntyre King opened up the scoring in the first half, in the first minutes, and then McDonald closing it out. There's an and one opportunity. Count the 2. +1 for the Ravens. What a play from Carmen Dawson. And for those who remember, Carmen Dawson actually got the first 2 points for the Ravens and was coming off the bench, was not starting. It's a first, check that, the second and third free throw for this team, and Dawson can't get that to go home. Right before the buzzer, no. In a dominating quarter from the Horton High Griffins, leading at 31-6, thanks in parts to the play defensively and offensively from Olivia McIntyre King, 11 points, and a multitude of steals. Isabel McDonald, this business as usual. Hit a shot from behind the arc, did some damage inside the paint, leads the team with 12 points. And for the Ravens, one positive note, the play from Carmen Dawson, 4 points, which leads the team. We'll take a break here as we're about to start the second quarter. You're watching this game between Horton High and Riverview High, produced and powered by Maritime Athletic Profits. We'll be back in just a moment. Some of the highlights from that first quarter, with Horton High up 31-6. For those tuning in, what happened in that first quarter for the Ravens, they had chances, but defensively Horton, they picked it up with a lot of the steals on top of the dynamic duo that is Isabel McDonald. And that is a really good sign from the other Donald on the other side, Alice McDonald, with her first 2 points. As we talk about Horton High for just a moment longer, McIntyre King with 11, Isabel McDonald 12 points. That led the most of this offense. Good find from Isabel McDonald and to Evie O'Brien, the unsung hero, already with 4 points. There's a steal by McDonald, has McIntyre King to the right if she wants it. Besides, I want the contact, and doesn't pay off. The effort from McIntyre King the entire way, relentless. She will not give up on a play, and she's always moving. Naces McDonald almost went in. Did get fouled. And that goes for McDonald. And splits the free throws. And almost goes home, but doesn't for Horton. Taken away and off for Curry Luck. Good footwork from McDonald, trying to wrestle away from the other McDonald. Trying to feed it into Cameron Dawson, Carmen Dawson. Another foul going against Horton. believe it was against Lockhart, who picked up a foul earlier. That's why she's going to the bench. And if you're Riverview Raven fan, McIntyre King gets blocked. There's a few emphatic blocks from this Riverview defense. McDonald just a little off target. And McIntyre King with another foul, so that's 2. Couple of the huge players for Horton with the foul trouble with 2 in the second quarter. Gives a chance. Not good for Beaudreau Kane. Open look for Curry Luck. Momentum not on Horton's side this quarter. Pace has slowed down pretty well here in this second quarter for both teams. Horton likes to run, and McDonald showing some finesse at the rim. McDonald with 5 points, team leader right now. She does have height and size to her advantage. That goes in home from downtown for Horton. Good shot. McDonald decides to take it. No. And there's a foul. Fortunately, folks, we don't have the exact number for number 8 on Horton High's roster, but he's already up to 3 points. Actually, 5 points after those 2 made free throws. Good pass delivery inside as Cameron Dawson does get fouled. Foul goes against Curry Luck. That's another foul. It's 2. So some of these big time players for Horton getting in foul trouble, even though they do lead by quite a bit here, they should be fine. Leading by 27. Oakley Eaton fighting for it. Recently checked into the game for Horton. Coaching staff for Horton, McLeod, as well as assistant coach Don McLeod. Wondering what was going on there. Eaton passing it out. Really strong quarter. To 11. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the conclusion of this first half. Assist to McDonald, who couldn't handle it. And a turnover. Off the glass, and no. But another foul on the floor. And it's Julia Akeo. And a timeout taken. Timeout. We'll take this timeout as well. You have a 40-11 lead in favor of Horton. Really good play in that first quarter from McDonald and McIntyre King. And a stronger start for not only Alice McDonald, but Carmen Dawson, who are trying to keep Riverview in it. We'll be back on the other side of this timeout.
Welcome to the Sancton Group. Founded by Stanley Norman Sancton in St. John, New Brunswick in 1910, the Sancton Group is a 4th-generation, family-owned and operated company with divisions operating as Sancton Equipment and Sancton Access. Sancton Access is one of Atlantic Canada's most trusted access contractors who supply, rent, and install scaffolding and other access-related products. We've accomplished exciting and intricate projects for industrial, institutional, and commercial clients throughout Atlantic Canada. Sancton Equipment focuses on the aggregate and paving industry with sales, parts supply, and service for customers throughout Eastern Canada. Above all, on all of our projects and locations, health and safety is our top priority.
Now the timeout. Alice McDonald for Riverview to shoot 2 free throws. 3 times she's gone. Shooting her 6th free throw, has made 1 of 5 to this point. And it'll stay 1 of 6. Riverview putting a ton of pressure on Horton, but it's all going to depend on the transition defense to make sure no one from Horton is able to go up ahead of them. Good discipline defensively. They haven't committed a lot of fouls, only 3 as a team. Meanwhile, Horton getting in some foul trouble. McDonald, 2 free throws. I think they're giving that to Boudreau Kane. And that's 3 personal fouls for Boudreau Kane. No points, surprisingly, for McDonald. And it was perfect from the free throw line the first quarter. Get her first miss tonight. Who makes the second one? McDonald will take a seat. O'Brien in, along with Addie Lockhart. Lockhart will have to be careful with those 2 personal fouls. Horton by 30, a turnover. Right pass, there is a foul and more free throws for Horton High. That one's good. hear Horton bench chanting lockdown defense. They've been that today. Alice McDonald, footwork there, able to get her own miss. Decides I'm going to go for another time. A lot of foul. Count it for Alice McDonald. Bully ball on full display. We'll see the replay of it. Tenacious rebounding and extra effort gives McDonald the layup and a chance to complete the and one opportunity. And unfortunately, the struggles continue for McDonald from the free throw line. But I think that's the way the offense will need to feed through McDonald. 7 points leads this Ravens offense, including a block earlier. That was awesome to watch. And there's a steal. The Ravens taking flight. No, as you can see, Melissa Campbell couldn't believe it. A little bit frustrated with herself. Pass inside, no one there to defend the rim. McDonald starting to spark up. McDonald trying to get over McDonald and blocked. That's a few blocks from McDonald. She is starting to put an impression on this game. Scoring and defensively has been an anchor. Frankly, no one on the floor for Horton could defend McDonald, and that is a 5-second violation. Pass inside to McDonald. Some contact from O'Brien. Good defense from McDonald, gets the rebound, pass up ahead. And oh, that almost went home for Campbell. They get it in just in time. Bill McDonald again, help side defense coming, leaves an open shooter. Campbell won't fall. That's a foul. Horton, a timely shot. Julia Akeo. Highlight play. We'll see it on the replay. McPherson picking up the foul. And can't get that one to go home. McDonald with a rebound. Another chance for Horton. Approaching 2 minutes left in the first half. And Akeo, the shot clock buzzer. The shot clock cheese is good for Akeo. Four points for Akeo in less than 10 seconds. McDonald gets that swiped away on the entry pass. Not a good enough seal. Kojima in the game for Horton. Donald, good pass and fine, but too many Horton players. And the foul going against Horton. Going against O'Brien, who gets 2 now. Will have a seat. Good for Maisie Campbell. And misses the second one. No one there back defensively, and good for Kojima. Off the bench. Ball movement from Horton is good. McDonald with a rebound. That falls. McDonald swerving all through the defense. Decide to drive on Alice McDonald. 2 misses. And a great effort to keep that play alive for the Ravens. And that goes in for Jesslyn McPherson. And it appears maybe a timeout taken with 27.9 seconds, so we will keep it here. So far, it's been all Riverview in the second quarter trying to get back into it. A lot of the play from Alice McDonald, as you see some of the highlight plays from Horton that have been on top of this game from the start. Had that tremendous first quarter where they led it 31-6, and they continued to pile on. But Riverview having a much better quarter than they did in the first. And through that play through Alice McDonald, she's had a few blocks and points. You see there, play from McDonald, the other McDonald from the other side. And also the one thing that Horton does very well from watching them play is they're always looking to run, which makes them tough to be able to defend in the half court, because if you can't get your transition defense set or the half court defense set, it's going to cause a lot of problems for Riverview. And meanwhile for Horton, the one issue, if you were to talk about just a little bit, is their foul trouble. You're having a few key players, and Addie Lockhart in foul trouble, Olivia McIntyre King with 2 fouls, Curry with 2 fouls, and Evie O'Brien with 2. So there's a few notes just for Horton is to be slightly more disciplined defensively, but you're being nitpicky at this point. They're leading at 51-18. So they've done a tremendous job thanks to McDonald, McIntyre King, and a few of their star bench players playing at a high level. Good move, footwork, left-hand finish. Jesslyn McPherson stopping on a dime. What a cut. And it gets this to 20 points for Riverview. They are starting to figure it out a little bit as the first half buzzer sounds. And it's been mostly all Horton High, as you can see by the score, lead by 31. However, Riverview, they had one of their best quarters of this entire match, trying to claw their way back into it. They have a second half, but Horton up very high. Just talk a little bit more before we conclude and head into this break and go into the second half. First quarter, it was all Horton High. They had great contributions from McIntyre King to get it rolling, and McDonald was able to close out the first quarter strong to lead at 31-6. And frankly, for Riverview, they did not know how to stop this transition offense for Horton. They were struggling, didn't know how to get set into position, And as the second quarter came along, they started to piece it together a little bit. They did some full court presses of their own. They got turnovers. They got key Horton players into foul trouble. Yet, even though they are down by over 30 points, there is a chance for this team. And it has to go through Alice McDonald. McDonald leads a team for Riverview with 9 points, and she also had a few blocks. She's been very good for them, and what you've noticed when they try to feed her inside the post, you see a help side defender come in for Horton High to try to get it out of her hands. So there will be open shots for Riverview. It is up to them to capitalize it. Just some of what we saw from this first half. Myself, Connor McKinnon, and the crew from American Athletic Profiles will take a break and bring you back with second half of this matchup between Horton High and Riverview High.
sponsor of the Boys and Girls Div 1 Provincial Championships hosted at Horton and at Dalhousie this year. White Thompson Group provides personalized investment and total wealth planning that brings your vision to life. Check them out today.
High-Powered Customs, aka the people that made these sweaters, are the perfect example of why you don't support local because it feels good, but because they have amazing products, a story worth telling, and are central within our community. The team at High-Powered Custom is central within our community and sees so much of their clothing on local sports teams and within local charities. Make sure to go give them a follow so that you see their story and reach out if you ever need any kind of merch for your business or organization. And make sure you go support local today.
Welcome to the Sancton Group. Founded by Stanley Norman Sancton in St. John, New Brunswick in 1910, the Sancton Group is a four-generation, family-owned and operated company with divisions operating as Sancton Equipment and Sancton Access. Sancton Access is one of Atlantic Canada's most trusted access contractors who supply, rent, and install scaffolding and other access-related products. We've accomplished exciting and intricate projects for industrial, institutional, and commercial clients throughout Atlantic Canada. Sancton Equipment focuses on the aggregate and paving industry with sales, parts supply, and service for customers throughout Eastern Canada. Above all, on all of our projects and locations, health and safety is our top priority.
The Wade Thompson Group is a proud sponsor of the Boys and Girls Div 1 Provincial Championships hosted at Horton and at Dalhousie this year. Wade Thompson Group provides personalized investment and total wealth planning that brings your vision to life. Check them out today.
And welcome back, everyone, to second half with Horton High leading Riverview High 51-21. Even though the score may be a little bit misleading, as Horton did have that spectacular first quarter going up 31-6, but Riverview High played well in the second quarter. A lot of the play from Alice McDonald, who I was making the comment before in the first half, one of the tallest players on the court. So I think the way the offense managed to flow through her, she has a good opportunity to have some post presence to be able to get the seal and have a chance to go for layups, but also if a help side defender comes for Horton, try to get the ball or poke it out, chance for a foul or a chance for an open shooter. So Riverview High has a chance to get back into it, but they're going to have to compete with a very tough team in Horton High, and that is a huge, big sign. The first three-pointer made by Riverview High, and then McIntyre King responds back with a 2 of her own. X Worthy with the first three-pointer made for the Ravens out of halftime. Fortunately, still a 30-point deficit. But there's a steal from the Ravens defense. Shooters are going to shoot, and that goes. That is back-to-back three-pointers made by the Ravens to open up this third quarter. Coming from McPherson. And the defense can't stop Horton on that transition bucket. And we have to give a shout to Abby Johnson. We got clarification at halftime, the number for number 8. Abby Johnson, she, in that second quarter, carried some of the offense for Horton down the stretch, scoring 9 points. She is out for the team to start the third quarter and comes up with a steal. Didn't have to move at all, just was a perfect pass. The shot rolls out for Curry Luck. McDonald with the rebound. Good discipline. No foul called. Curry Luck, the jumper, no. McIntyre King, pass, the shot from Johnson, just hitting the iron. And a turnover. McDonald forces it. McIntyre King trying to find McDonald, and Alice McDonald had a tip. Jump ball stays with the Griffins. When we talk about Isabel McDonald, led the Griffins to provincial championship in the 23-24 season, bronze medal finish in 22-23. She hits the jumper as we're talking about her, and McDonald's performance earned her the co-MVP award in 23-24 and a coach's award in 22-23. Goes to show what type of caliber player that she is. And McKinnon with the miss from the corner three. Another chance. McIntyre King found Curry Luck. Didn't get set in time, and a turnover. Pass up ahead. A lot of contact and a finish. Are you kidding me? Jocelyn McPherson got body bagged and still was able to get it. And then there's a foul call on the other end as McDonald actually picks up the charge and has a few things to say to the referee. What a great few sequences that we saw there. And McPherson, she ran right into McIntyre King and got hit, was falling, somehow able to get it up and in through the net. We'll have to see a few more replays of that. That was one of the best plays I've seen so far to start this tournament. Day one of a 3-day tournament with games happening tomorrow starting at 10 o'clock a.m., followed by a start time at 8 o'clock a.m. on Sunday. The bronze medal, and as well as positioning and placement on top of who will come up on top with the provincial championship. Should say, for those even tuning in the broadcast that are local fans nearby, if you happen to be within driving distance in Horton High School, might be a good idea to come out and support all the teams here that are competing. And give a shout out to all the teams that are competing. You have Citadel High, North Nova, Halifax West, CEC, Horton High, Riverview High, Halifax Grammar, and CP Allen. All the teams that are competing in this tournament to come up who is going to be the winner of the provincial title for the 2024-2025 girls basketball season. To give you a bit of a recap of what has happened up to this point, number 4 Citadel High beat North Nova in the first game today at 2 o'clock p.m. The next game that started at 4 o'clock was Halifax West against CEC. Halifax West coming up with the victory, a huge performance from Olivia Logan. Had over 30 points in the game, almost scored the same amount of points that CEC scored in the entire game. Had some opening ceremonies celebrating all the teams that were able to come and play at this wonderful tournament hosted by Horton High School. And of course we have the time didn't start right away at 6 because of the ceremonies, but currently enjoying this game between Horton High and Riverview High. And after that, we're not done, folks. Might go late into the night. Thankfully, it's not a school night. 8 o'clock p.m., we have Halifax Grammar playing CP Allen. And we'll go over the matchups for tomorrow as we will have those for you here at the conclusion of that 8 o'clock p.m. game for all the teams that will be playing tomorrow at what time. Pass, and just too long for Claire Fletcher. One of the first times we've seen Claire Fletcher on the court for Horton. McIntyre King was able to get past the defender. Stopped, and the pull-up jumper could not go. And McDonald is affected by Alice McDonald. Pass up ahead to McPherson. Back out to Boudreaux Kane, who was a bit in foul trouble in the first half. That shot too strong for Kaylee Axworthy. McIntyre King just misses. Both teams cannot buy a basket at the moment. There's been plenty of good looks as Risa Kojiyami in the game had 2 points back in the second quarter when she checked in. Of course, the AUS Women's Basketball Tournament being held inside the Scotiabank Center. You have UPEI playing UNB Reds. That's a good move by Axworthy. And UPEI up on top UNB at the moment. Move. Oh, fancy footwork, but just did not go for Boudreaux Kane. And McIntyre King, no one there. Bit of a scoring drop from both teams. McIntyre King breaks it. 15 points for McIntyre King. Pass inside to Axworthy, blocked away by Isabel McDonald. And a foul going against Axworthy. Her second. Move and blocked away. McDonald and McDonald crime. Highlight level block. That's at least 3 that I've counted for her. Just the length of McDonald has been causing problems all day for anyone who decided to try to score inside the paint. And stolen away by Jesselyn McPherson. McPherson was trying to look for Boudreaux Kane. And taken away by the defense for Horton. Pass out up ahead to Abby Johnson. A little bit quiet in the third quarter. McDonald going for the backboard. Too much. McDonald so far struggling on top of that. And McPherson almost had to go in for McDonald coming into the fray. Does get fouled behind. McDonald picks up the foul, and tired, and a few substitutions for this coaching staff for Horton. McPherson, what a move, but blocked by King. Falling on the floor for it. And trying to call a whistle as Kaylee Axworthy had possession for it for a moment. And thought it was inconclusive who would eventually come up with it. Horton High basketball. Shot wide open for Fletcher. Playing a lot of minutes in the third quarter. McIntyre King goes crashing onto the floor. And into the post for Alice McDonald, her first points of the third quarter. And a timeout taken. Still a 29-point lead for Horton, but Riverview High not quite done. They're competing at a high level. You see some of the replays. And it's been tough. Most of it, Isabel McDonald, solid first quarter, but she's been not as efficient from the floor, and that because of the defense that's being played by Riverview High. They still are playing very well, getting contributions from other players as Abby Johnson, along with Addie Lockhart, Julia Ko, and for Riverview High, we had Jesselyn McPherson, who's been leading the charge for Riverview High, at least with the pace of play, as they've been picking up a little bit more, trying to run the court with Horton, and so far has been working up to this point. 10 points have been scored by Riverview High. It's only the 8 scored for Horton High. They come out of the timeout. Shout out to Josh Walsh on the YouTube live stream chat. Hey, listen, I was on the call with Alan April for Metro High game between Halifax Grammar, Halifax West, and we had a lot of fans tuning in for it. I think including Lyric LePage's grandmother, if I'm not mistaken. So, listen, the subscribers matter. And all you gotta do is like this post and subscribe for more content. As we're back here live. But you should follow Maritime Athletic Profiles. They have some good stuff out there. Fletcher guarded tightly by Axelworthy. Axelworthy, and still stays with Horton. Checking the game for the first time, Katie Smith out of that timeout. The runner good for Abby Johnson. Knew the shot clock was winding down, looked calm in the face of pressure. McDonald setting the pick, trying to establish a pick and roll. Has plenty of size, but Boudreaux Kane decides to take the shot. O'Brien, unselfish play to the corner to Fletcher. Won't fall. Eddie Lockhart in for Horton, along with Oakley Yeaton. And set in the corner position, but Alice McDonald. "13 points. Another turnover, stealing away by McPherson, and a foul. Check that, not a foul, just went out of bounds, still staying with Riverview. McDonald, another two. "15 points. Just give it to McDonald, let her work. You could see Riverview High, the Ravens, they're off their bench cheering on their teammates. And a foul called, a lot of contact, didn't matter for Addie Lockhart. First time going to the free throw line for Lockhart. Sitting at 5 points, trying to make it 6. Danny Usher coming in for the Ravens. Completes the three-point play. McPherson battling with Lockhart as they go both to the ground. And Lockhart picks up the quick foul, 3. So McIntyre King comes back in for the Griffins. McDonald using some moves, and it's just been the same thing for McDonald. They let her go one-on-one in the post. She'll make one move to the right or left, and because she's taller than everyone, she just uses the size to her advantage every single time. And McDonald, another block. It's been a block party for Alice McDonald. And that goes in. True for Katie Smith. Back up to 31. McDonald calls for it. And deflected. Back with the turnover, they go to Smith. And I think McDonald might have gotten a piece of it. And the foul called right away against Smith. We'll see the replay of it. Yeah, that was block on the previous play. It definitely was McDonald affected that shot one way or another. Maddie McKinnon into the game. There's also potentially could be a size mismatch for Horton. Letting them play and fighting for it. As McIntyre King fired up after that whistle was finally called. Trying to go to McDonald once more, uses the same move to hit the rim. Then the end of the third quarter. Really entertaining play in the third quarter, heading to fourth quarter, even though it's still a 30-point advantage in favor of Horton. It makes you only think if they had a stronger start, Riverview, they were to figure out this a little bit more, this could be a much closer game than what the score indicates. And you'll see some of the highlight plays and give a little bit of an update of what's going on for the AUS basketball tournament for women's basketball. Tie game at 50 all in the third quarter with 1:05 left to go. So, Horton's still on top. We'll take a break and bring you back with the conclusion of the fourth quarter. And welcome back. Fourth quarter. Horton up by 30. We'll give a lot of shouts to Horton, but I'd like to start with Riverview High first. One of the most impressive players today, besides Justin McPherson, who's created a lot of havoc, as there's some contacts. It was all ball. But what I want to highlight specifically is number 23, Alice McDonald, not on the floor currently, taking a break. As we're getting a lot of shouts from the fan on the YouTube live stream. We appreciate it. But talking about Alice McDonald, just tremendous what she's been able to do tonight. She's had 4 blocks, 17 points. She has tremendous amount of post moves for a young player. As we take a look over at Alice McDonald, only a 10th grader, so still has 2 more years left to go. So I don't know if teams in the AUS Conference are looking for a center or power forward, but they might want to start looking at Riverview High because she's got ability, and McTire King also showing why she's been a fantastic player as Abby Johnson does get fouled by Danny Usher. Abby Johnson continues to be perfection, picture perfect from the free throw line. Ball movement, Usher at the 3. No. Good deflection out. Deep shot. Trifecta. Good from Curry Luck. Second one for Curry Luck today. And there's an and one for Isabel McDonald. Struggled a little bit in the third quarter. Fourth quarter said, I'll take every single one of you on, and goes coast to coast. McDonald, a steal, gets fouled again. 2 more. And that's the problem. McDonald able to get a steal. Talked about much about her defense because McIntyre King has been very, very good in that department. But McDonald, for a guard, has size that is going to just disrupt a lot of what other guards are trying to do, as it's a little bit of struggle for McDonald from the free throw line, now shooting 60%. And a backcourt violation committed by Horton. There's a steal from McIntyre King. Talking about all night. And there's a shot from Curry Luck. No. Another chance. King just misses. Next dead ball, we'll see a few substitutions for the Ravens. Alice McDonald looking to check in. McIntyre King, just enough daylight to squeeze it on by. "17 points for Olivia McIntyre King. Few substitutions. And a welcome sight to see McDonald back on the floor if you're a Riverview High fan. Pass inside to the corner. It's been there. And the follow-up still not good. Fighting for it. Who comes up with it? Still going to stay with River High. Nope, looks like they're called a foul against McDonald. Again, the one thing River High has done is not provide extra opportunities for River High to get more points at the free throw line. They've been good with limiting their fouls. Dallas McDonald rips it away. Back to trying to find McDonald, who was cutting toward the basket. And a carry called against Fletcher. Brown was thinking about it, decided to go to McDonald. McDonald loses the handle on the way up. King, pull up is good. Now tied with McDonald, tied 19 points apiece. Alice McDonald trying to give the assist and does. Look at the big man also feeding their teammates. The corner for Fletcher. Lefty. It's denied by the rim. And for update, UMB is currently beating UPEI 62-59. In the third quarter, they had a 28-6 run to get back into the ball game, and now they're up by 3 in the fourth quarter. Heck of a development in the Scotiabank Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia. We also have the boys provincials going on at the same time as the girls provincials. The pass trying to go inside to McDonald. Horton, the defending provincial champions, trying to go back to back. Meanwhile, Halifax West trying to get their own as they are the favorites heading to this tournament, along with Citadel High. Check that. Halifax Grammar. So if this were to hold for Horton, which it should with less than 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Horton will move on to play at the 4 p.m. game, and they'll play the winner of Game 4, which will be coming up here shortly. So that'll be Halifax Grammar versus CP Allen, the 2 versus the 7 seed. So Horton, you're booked for the 4 p.m. slot tomorrow afternoon. And good steal, the pickpocket. Give 2 to Julia a KO. .39-point lead now for Horton. McDonald got the good seal. Not the easiest post move finish in the world for McDonald. The corner shot. That is good. Raining threes for Riza Kojiami. Stay ready. Every good coach tells you to do. Kojima does. It was a little too far ahead for her, but she must be feeling good off the bench, providing 5 points. In fact, a really good bench effort from everyone for Horton High, as one of the minor storylines in this ever-growing story for Horton was the foul trouble. A lot of their starters got into foul trouble early on in the first and second quarter. It allowed Riverview High to figure some stuff out offensively along as defensively. Unfortunately, because of the lead that Horton High built in that first quarter, it was too much for this River High team. Ava Longhurst checking into the game. They'll go down Alice McDonald. The double team is coming. Wisely decides to pass it out, but not before taking too much of an extra step. McPherson locked and loaded, but the points wiped away from the TO. Horton still going. Jump ball. Point inside to Axelworthy, fouled. O'Brien will pick that up. 3 fouls for her. Close to a full hockey substitution for Horton. Ray Lockhart in for Horton. Just off for Axworthy. Another chance for the Ravens. McPherson goes to the side. No, but pulled down by McKinnon. And too much shot clock violation for the Ravens. McIntyre King looking around. Lockhart takes a shot right off the bench. Does not go in. Pass too long for Longhurst. McIntyre King, what a fake. almost able to finish off the highlight play. Axworthy, what a move from the senior. 5 points for Axworthy. Ravens still competing. There's another turnover. You see Halifax Scrammer coming onto the court. Getting ready to play CP Allen in the last game tonight. Should have a little bit of a buffer in between, but should be about a 10-minute, maybe 15-minute delay, as there's another 2 points for Alice McDonald. Almost up to 20 points, as some of the coaching staff forgot about the camera, but it's all right. No harm done. McPherson just a little off again, and McDonald trying to corral it for a putback. Does not work. Extra pass out. Fletcher looking for the range. No. Rebounded by Alice McDonald. Loses it. Stays with the yellow and black uniforms. McDonald, that will end her night. Fletcher has another chance. No. Ravens not going to dribble out. They're looking for points. And a foul from McIntyre King. Both teams not going to let up an inch, even with the 38-point score difference. McKinnon gets fouled. Another foul picked up quickly by McIntyre King. That's already up to 4 personals. And that goes in for McKinnon. And splits the free throws. Axworthy, plenty of patience, and the scoop off the backboard from Axworthy. We'll finish the night with 7 points. So McIntyre King still goes crashing onto the floor. This Horton team looking very hungry for a team that won a title just a year ago. And the heave. No good from McPherson. And there you go. Have Horton moving on to tomorrow's 4 p.m. game. Will face the winner between Halifax Grammar and CPA. That is coming up after the conclusion of this broadcast. So, quick review. For Horton, they really had it from the start when they had that 31 6 lead. It was tough sledding for them, but even though Horton dominated with Isabel McKinnon with 19 points, Olivia McIntyre King, who has 19 points, but have to credit her on the defensive end of the floor, had so many steals. And off the bench, Abby Johnson, underrated in that second quarter when you had players getting into foul trouble, like Addie Lockhart, even Kuriak, who had a few fouls that kind of got into late. But regardless of that, still really good effort from Riverview High. So Alice McDonald is a player to note. 19 points, shot efficiently, display a ton of post moves. It still has 2 more years to develop at the high school level, but I think she showed a lot in the performance today, along with Jessalyn McPherson, who had finished with 10 points. She had a heck of a play driving on McIntyre King, who just stood there, and she was falling to the floor and just put up a prayer, and it went in. So that was one of the great plays that you saw from Riverview High. But the story of this one, there's just too much from Horton, trying to go back-to-back for provincial titles. So that's going to wrap up this broadcast as we move past. We're about less than 20 minutes to go before we start the matchup between Halifax Grammar and CPA. We'll step aside and bring you back with that one here in a moment.